Hey guys, Jonathan here, and as we take a look at the Arkham Asylum set, there were a lot of characters that were referenced in the set, which actually didn't come included, so in this video, we'll be breaking down all of those references, and then going in and adding the characters that LEGO could have added, or we could just add ourselves to help fill out the Asylum. So without further ado, let's get into it and start breaking down all of these characters and references. As a quick recap before we take a look at the figures we should add, let's take a look at the figures that did come in the set. Now, I'm not going to break down every single figure. I've done that in my review videos, but I think that the figures we did get here are a pretty good representation of the heroes defending Arkham and the villains trying to break out. Now, as we're going through this set, I really want to focus on who was not included here and not really including people who are already here. So, like, for example, there's no reason to give us another version of the Joker or a different version of Mr. Freeze because they're already included here, you know? That being said, and as I've said, I've broke down in other videos what I think about these figures, but overall, I think LEGO did a great job of giving us an awesome inclusion here. I've also done videos showing you how to change the outfits for the Arkham inmates to go ahead and make them their regular versions, so between my review video, between that video, and the video we're about to get into here, adding all of the figures, I feel like this is a good anthology of all the things you could possibly want to add to your Arkham Asylum. So without further ado, let's jump right into it and start breaking down the references and characters we could add to our LEGO Arkham Asylum. So inside on the floor, we can see this radium tile, which is a reference to Professor Radium, so let's build him. Sadly, there are no green heads that have glasses, but I think that this head from the Skrull Talos from Marvel works well, and ironically with it being Talos, the Nick Fury torso works pretty well for a good design here too. The door to the therapy room says Harleen Quinzel, and even on the wall we can see there's a photo of Harleen, and thankfully we also got her back in the day in the 2013 Arkham Asylum. This minifig is so cool, and it's hard to believe it's the only time they've ever given us Dr. Harleen, so she's the perfect one to fill out this part of the build. Inside the office, there's a doctorate with Hugo Strange's name on it, and you guessed it, the LEGO Batman movie gave us a Hugo Strange minifig. This one is pretty much perfect for the LEGO Batman movie and comic accuracy, so no need to make any changes there, but he's definitely a must-have to fill out the Asylum. We can see that King Shark hit the height reference here, so let's build King Shark next. This one is pretty simple. It just takes the shark guy from the LEGO CMF and uses the head from Orca from the LEGO Batman movie CMF to build out King Shark. Over to the side, we have the banana box that's referencing Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas, a LEGO set from years ago, so we should add the banana truck driver right there. On the back, we have this poster urging people to visit Metropolis with Superman flying in the sky, so for the best of both worlds, I think adding the official Clark Kent minifig would make a lot of sense. While we're at it, this same wall tile has a Wayne Enterprises advertisement and a hello there referencing Batman Returns, so why not add the Batman Returns versions of Bruce Wayne and Catwoman from the Batman Shadow Box? Obviously, these are both very rare, and Batman actually comes in the set, and so does Catwoman, so I don't know that you necessarily need to add these ones, but to get every reference covered here, I think that these are definitely cool ones to add to the lineup. Inside the dumpster, there's a Batman #9 comic, and the most similar minifigs we've gotten to date are the 60s Adam West and Burt Ward Batman and Robin. I think that that's a pretty good representation, and once again, this set does come with a version of Robin as well as Batman, so these aren't super necessary, but again, we're just trying to cover every single reference, and these are definitely great representations. On the second floor, there's a reference to Calendar Man, so using the Calendar Man from the LEGO Batman movie is a great way to pay homage there. There's also graffiti for Harvey Dent from The Dark Knight, so we should add Two-Face from the official Dark Knight set. Thankfully, this set is still out on store shelves, so no need to track down a retired figure, but I think that this one works perfectly for this reference. A lot of people thought that this clock on the wall could be a reference to Clock King. I'm not so sure myself, but to add yet another zany villain to the lineup, we might as well go ahead and add the one from the LEGO Batman movie CMF series. On this shelf, you could see a reference to the Eraser, and thankfully we got him in the LEGO Batman movie CMF, so the Eraser doesn't even need to have any changes. It's just honestly an even better version, since that one is just regular pieces, and this one actually has printing on the head, which is quite cool. Up in the rooftop rafters, there are references to the Condiment King with the ketchup and mustard, and thankfully, LEGO did give us the Condiment King in the LEGO Batman movie, so he's the perfect figure to add for this reference. While he's not necessarily referenced in the set, the Aaron Cash minifigure from the LEGO Batman movie has a great Arkham Asylum torso, and just to add some more people to the asylum, I think he's definitely a great inclusion if you have him. Over to the side, we could see that Clayface made his escape out of the pipe, so adding the LEGO Batman movie Clayface would be awesome. In fact, maybe he's the one that's breaking them out of Arkham. Like, that would explain how the hole in the back of the wall is so big. That would be actually pretty sweet, but unfortunately we didn't get him in the set, so adding him this way is pretty awesome. I'd kind of like to think that the Joker had henchmen helping him break out, and these are two various Joker henchmen from sets back in like 2012, 2014, so I think that these are both really cool, and just having bad guys for Batman to fight against too makes a lot of sense as well, because, you know, if we reference like the Arkham video games and stuff like that, there were plenty of henchmen and bad guys that helped him out, and I think that this would definitely make a lot of sense just to have some more people for the Bat family to beat up during their big night at Arkham. One more back here with the paw print. I assume that that's a reference to Catwoman, but it also could be Ace the Bat Hound, which I think would be cool to add yet one more character to the Bat family. Now, with this being the biggest breakout in LEGO Arkham history, I think having some of the GCPD there would make a lot of sense. Of course, all four of these figures come from the LEGO Batman movie with Commissioner Gordon and Barbara, which makes sense since none of the characters here technically are Barbara, so we could absolutely have her here without breaking any lore, and then of course just getting some random cops off to the side would help kind of contain the battle, but I think that including all of these makes a lot of sense. With so much of the Bat family being represented in this set, we actually don't have Dick Grayson, so adding in any version of Nightwing seems like a natural choice. I picked this one from the poly bag. I like it a lot. Actually, wait, no, I think this is the one from the set. No, this is the poly bag one. There was another one from a set that might be a little easier to find out there, but he just fits in with the aesthetic here so well, so I definitely recommend adding a Nightwing. That brings us to the end of the video, guys. I was able to think of a lot of characters to add. The ones here I think are the main ones, but a lot of them were just fun to add in and think about how we could build out the world of LEGO Arkham. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on this kind of showcase. I guess it's a showcase. And what figures you personally plan on adding to your LEGO Arkham Asylum. I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to check out all my other LEGO Arkham videos. And until next time, build on.